Hi everyone, Cindy A. Lewis here, and we are jumping into the last month for the 2020 Reflections Journal. We're going to be doing December, and we're going to do the cover. This is the paper that I've selected for my December. It is actually two-sided, which I will show you what I'm going to do with that. And then we're going to do the cover, which my cover is over on the left over there on this table. You can't see it right now. But we wanted to do a little reinforcement to the spine of this junk mail envelope junk journal because it is rather fragile and we filled it pretty full. So I'm going to take a piece of cardboard from this instant rice box. You could use anything like a cereal box or a cracker box, and just take a piece that will fit the length of your envelope. So this is about 9 inches or so, and you want it to be a couple inches on each side. So you're going to want to measure. You can see how it's really fragile here, but it's holding together, and we did reinforce with cardboard in the two outside envelopes, which will be the cover and the back. So what we need to do is measure this, and we're going to wet it, and we're going to put a rubber band around it to kind of give it that shape for our journal, and we're going to set it aside while we work on the December pages. All right, so I've measured mine. It fits pretty good, but you can see how it's not really bendable, right? So I'm going to wet it down real good. This side is covered, so I'm going to wet the back side really good too. And this is just water. And I'm going to see if that, yeah, that bends really good. Can you see how that's bending? And I didn't have to be perfect. I just want it malleable, pliable. I just want to be able to manipulate it. So I just want to get it really good and wet. Now this side does have the waxy finish on it, so I don't know if it's really going to help or not. We are going to cover it. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to put a rubber band around it just to hold it. And doesn't have to hold it tight, just to hold it. And I'm going to set it aside so that it can dry. And there we go. All right, so what we're gonna do is jump into December. Now I have my paper here. I know that my paper is usually about a 9 by 8, but I'm gonna use this whole page, I think, and make a fold out, which is not something that we've done in this journal. So I'm gonna cut the 9 inches, and we're gonna see how much space we need to allow for the fold in this particular page setup, this layout. So I'm going to cut this off. We're going to take the journal piece, and you know how we've put the page on from the left to the right? Well, today we're going to do it from the right to the left. And so you can see it's going to fit on here about like this. I'm going to go ahead and push it into the center because I want this right side to line up correctly with that side of the page. So I am going to go ahead and fold it down. All right, and that might not be perfect, but I'll fix it. And then see if this side will fold in, and it does perfectly. Can you see that? And I love that it's two-sided, so now we can finish this. And then whatever we need to cover on this, we can pull this back and make sure we cover this November page, right? Okay, so I don't need to cut this anymore. I do want this line as straight as possible, so I am going to score this one, which is the center. This is the right, this is the left, and this is the fold. So it's kind of like a door. And we're gonna go ahead and use my black dye ink on this paper and get it ready to put in the book journal. Now, as the book is so full from our pages that we've already made, you do have to be really careful with it And make sure that you are not tearing anything that you already have in your journal. Make sure you're ready to go. I've got my glue here, as you can see, and making sure that it's not got too much air. You can see the air. And I'm just gonna go all the way to the edges with my glue and spread it around on this page and put my paper down. All right, once you get your paper glued down, you're going to make sure that your folded edge lines up with the November page and crease it down really well. Make sure that you don't have any white showing if you don't want it. And then you're gonna just crease that down, so now that you'll have a fold out, kind of like a door. And if you don't get it just right, fix it, and you're ready to go. Now, one thing that I wanted to do that I thought was really, really cute is a lot of times there are like fold out cards that have like a little, kind of like a gate card, but I can't do that in here because this is on the inside. But I love this little car, this truck. It's not a car, this little red truck. And I'm trying to figure out where I want it on my page. I might even just use it and put my December on there and use it as my tab. And that's where I'm leaning, actually. And then we're gonna just put in some easy like pockets and whatever. I had created, you can use just about anything, but I had created some time back these cool little index card pockets. They're just old index cards that you can make tags and pockets out of, and they're just really cute. These are actually recipe cards that I picked up at a garage sale or something and made my own tags. And then, of course, you can use whatever you want to do yours. But since I already have these and I created them for this kind of thing, that's what I'm going to use. So these are too wide, and I have two of these. So I may put one on this side, and I may put one here, and just put a piece of white or lined paper here in order to do my journaling on. So I think that's the direction I'm gonna go, and then that'll fold in like that. And if I put like a little pull or tab there, I can use that. Another thing I want to show you that I want to do is take some little bulb pens, and I want to just put a few charms on it and then hook those onto the page too. So let me get to it, and we'll finish this page up, the layout for December, and then we'll put our cover on. All right, I have my December for my tab on here. I've put glue on the back of my truck, and I'm just going to press that down and let that dry there. I'm gonna take these two pockets and I'm gonna put them here. And then I'm gonna take this paper and I'm just going to glue it down in the center here. So I'm gonna do that, which you understand how to do all that. And then I'll be right back with you. All right, everything's applied, my paper's here. I've got my little pocket here made out of index cards. This one I made into another pocket, so if I wanted to put in another tag or something, I could definitely do that, just like that. And then, of course, there's a tag here. Got the little truck here for my, my tab. And then this folds in, and you could do a lot more with it. You could put even a doorknob on it if you wanted to, but I'm trying, this is pretty full, as you can see. Try not to do too much more. Now, the only other thing I did want to show you is how to make like a quick charm. You can use paper clips, but this is a bulb clip. And I have glue all over my fingers, sorry about that. And really simple to do, just open it. I would put in a little charm on a little bead or charm on either side of your big charm, so that you have, you know, it looks like you planned it that way. But you, of course, can do it any way that you want to. Got one more here with some bells. Those are 2 snowflakes, and this is some bells. So I'll put another little bead, a little charm, and another little bead. And I have an extra one there. Probably just put it back in the stash. So anyway, just like that. And then really and truly, it's super simple, and you just can pin it onto anything you have on your paper, on your tag. All right, fix that. Just put it wherever you want. Next, we're doing the cover. Your piece of cardboard should be pretty dry by now. If it's not, it's okay, because it's gonna dry. If you have something thinner and you want to use something thinner, you can definitely do that. All right, so I'm gonna close my journal how I want it to be. And you kind of have to play with it a little bit and be very careful. You may even want to take your tags out if you have them in there. Want to make sure you're not getting any of your ribbons involved in the cover. Now, I'm going to take my little spine here that I'm creating, and I'm going to glue that down super good. So really lather it with glue. Make sure it's not seeping out. And then you're going to want to glue it down, and we're going to let it set for a little bit until it's pretty secure, right? So that's going to take a little bit of time, and that is okay. So let's glue that down. All right, so I've got my rubber band, or a different rubber band, wrapped around my journal with my spine on here. And it's drying. I'm gonna set that aside. And now I need a you know, like a band to hold it together. So this is a little headband from the Dollar Tree. And I have this cute little poinsettia, and I'm gonna glue it down on top. You could sew it if you wanted to. I'm just gonna put some glue, and I think it'll be fine. So I'm just gonna take some hot glue and glue that down to add a little color to it with the red and the silver and the white. And it's not old looking, but I think it'll be really cute and add to my journal. Now the next thing I need to do is cut my outside. And everyone really voted for the postcards. And so that's what I'm gonna do next, is the cover, and I'm going to cut this to fit around my cover from this to this edge right here. So I'm going to not just do panels, I'm going to do the whole thing. Now do be careful with your, you know, your ribbons and your tag, a twine, and all that as you work on your journal cover. All right, now I'm going to measure, and I'm going to make my cover. After you measure your cover, you're going to want to glue down and make sure it fits the way that you want it to. You may come a little over. Just make sure that you're covering the front and back envelope. And you're going to make a really cool cover. And then we're going to put 2020 reflections on the front. So go ahead and glue down and cover up your spine and your cover and your back to your 2020 Reflections journal. What an awesome thing to make and do all your memories from, and everything from 2020 to collect, you know, at least one memory a month, right? That's what we decided to do. Well, we're almost there, and I am going to use stickers on the front to do my 2020 reflections. So I did put some washi tape on the front edge and the back edge. I just wanted to. I trimmed up my cover to fit the way that it needed to. And if you're wondering, this is typical of a junk journal. I mean, you fill them full. Most people do anyway. All right, so I have these cute stickers. They are Martha Stewart crafts that I picked up from Tuesday morning sometime, and I'm going to put my 2020, I'm gonna do it 2020 reflections down the side here. And so I'm just gonna do that real quick, and then we'll show you December finished, and then we'll do a flip through for tomorrow. All right, I have my 2020 reflections, and basically I'm just reflecting back and forth with my letters. Sometimes they don't fit exactly how you want them to, so you get creative with how you place them on your journal. So that's my front and back. I probably won't put anything back here. And then December is here, and I love it all. I'm excited to put my memories in here, my one picture, whatever. So now I'm gonna take this and I'm going to put my wrap around it. You could just tie ribbon if you wanted to. And there we go. So there's my 2020 reflections, junk mail envelope, junk journal. And tomorrow we'll post the flip through so you can see all the pages and everything. So I thank you for being on this journey with me to create this 2020 reflections junk mail envelope junk journal, where we take envelopes that would be thrown in the trash and create something beautiful. And then we also record memories from this year. This is jam-packed full with different ideas that you can use in any journal, not just this one. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and look tomorrow for the flip through.